Welcome back. I am so excited for the lesson this week, what God has given me. I want to portray it the way that He's portrayed it to me, give it to you, just like He's given it to me. I'm so excited for this topic, kind of talking about faith, talking about some action, talking about just God being God and truly who He is and what He can be in your life. I want to dive right into it. Now, I want you to understand it and kind of to give a synopsis. So far, we're only 4 chapters here in the book of Mark. So we know that Jesus starts his ministry off and he is choosing his disciples. And in the first 3 chapters, and even in chapter 4 here in the beginning, we see Jesus doing his thing, doing his Jesus thing. And he's teaching and he is healing the sick and he's taking care of people, doing the parables as he always does, and influencing the community that he's in. And it says here that as evening came, so on this particular day, Jesus here had already been teaching and doing his thing, and then evening came. And he says, let's go to the other side of the lake. And what God showed me here was, no matter how good things are today, no matter how good the past may have been, regardless of what is going on, there is still a vital requirement for progressiveness. You must still move. You must still continue on. Anything that's stagnant stinks. I mean, let's consider the basic fact that usually when you can look at something that is not moving, that's usually the first indication that it's dead. And God wants us as His children, as His people, to be a moving people. Not just staying in the same position, staying in the same place. God did not put you where you are for you to stay there. So don't let your comfort zone become your failure zone. If God in flesh, Jesus Christ, was a mover, He was on the move, He was progressive. If He was doing that, then why are we still standing still? And I want you to know that with every progression in life, there are going to be storms. They're going to come. But also be encouraged that the waves of life, the waves that come crashing against the boat, it's just an indication that you're on the way to the other side of the lake. It's just an indication that you're doing something. Not only did Jesus have to deal with the storm that came and the waves that came with it, but then he had to deal with the people that were in the storm. Almost like Job, and when Job was going through all of his tribulations in life, and his so-called friends came along and all they did was made it worse. And here we see Jesus being awakened by some pessimistic, faithless followers. Jesus could have slept through the storm. Obviously, he was still sleeping. He didn't wake up until the disciples came in and woke him up and said, Master, don't you care that we're about to die? See, leaders already know that troubles are going to come, so it's not a problem. The problem are the followers who are not able to handle these light afflictions. So I ask, are you a leader that's prepared for the storm? Or are you a follower who is losing your faith in the storm? See, when you have the right mindset, then you'll know that the triumph is only going to come after the trial, that the victory is only going to come after the battle. So I hope I challenged you this week to take on new ground, to be progressive, to be moving. Not to be stagnant, not to be comfortable, not to walk in fear, but to do what God wants you to do what Jesus did, and that is be on the move on a regular basis. And I don't want to stop there. Next week I want to look at that peace be still and see how Jesus comes in and does his thing in our life as we are on the move. And then in 2 weeks to talk about faith and see how much that is, how instrumental that is in everything that we will do. So as I say every week, I hope that you will take this. I hope that you will share it. But most definitely, I want you to use it. I'll see you right back here next week.